Hello, my name is Franco. I'm
Hello,
gonna
Rania.
interview about your story from migration.
Okay.
And mind if you introduce yourself first before I could ask some questions?
Okay, sure. My name is Joanne Blanco. I have been a nurse before in Saudi Arabia and in Dubai, UAE. That's all.
Thank
Currently, I'm
you.
not, I'm just a teacher now. So, yon.
Thank you very much. Then I'll ask you these questions. One, what motivates you to move or migrate?
Okay, the first reality that motivated me to work abroad or to leave our home country is to find a better job that gives a much better salary. Back there in 2009, where I was a new nurse and I have just gotten my license, I had my experience, and then before our salary is only 9,000 pesos. So imagine living on a 9,000 peso salary. It's not enough for you to sustain, even if you are a single person. So what motivate you? And as like many other people who works abroad, maybe I guess I can speak in behalf of them that the main reason or motivating factor would be a better salary.
Next question. What was the most difficult aspect of moving to a new environment?
The most difficult for me, it's not really difficult, but because before I moved to another country, I already expected that it would have a different culture, a different, specifically in Saudi, they are Muslim, I'm a Christian. So I made already adjustments in my mind. Okay, but maybe for some people, the difficult part would be leaving their family, especially if a married person would leave their children. Diba? It would be heartbreaking to leave your kids, but then again, you would choose to leave because you know that you are going to work for the future of your kids. But for me at that time, I did not have difficulty because I was single that time and I did not have much considerations back in the Philippines.
Okay. Third question. What are the benefits and drawbacks of relocating or migrating to another country?
Okay, benefits first. Of course, the benefit would be you have a better salary. You can buy things and save a lot of money. Not maybe a lot. It depends on the spending habits of a person. But for me, you would be able to save money as compared to working here in the Philippines. And there are better work environments. You are treated as a professional. You have better working conditions. You can expound your expertise as a nurse. You handle a lot of different cases. So if you are an emerging nurse, it's very, very fulfilling because you would be trained for different scenarios, not just here in the Philippines. In the Philippines, it's like a predictable environment where the cases that you handle are very common and repeat itself. So advantage, better workplace, better opportunity for improvement on your profession, and better salary. Okay, for the drawbacks, the adjustment that you have to do and be very considerate of the country and the culture and the beliefs of the people that you would be dealing with, because it's their country. You have to be respectful. You cannot impose your beliefs and thoughts. You just accept them and respect them, but it does not necessarily mean that you apply all of them in yourself. Sometimes you would see things that you might not agree with. However, since it's the country, it's their own country, diba? You just have to respect them and keep your mouth shut, especially if you do not have anything nice to say. Okay, so drawback, adjustment, the time adjustment, food, but I'm not really a picky eater, so food adjustment. Okay, people, I gain a lot of friends. Some people are not so nice to you. Some people would be having a bad attitude. I encountered a lot of those senior nurses who don't like new nurses. That's why they say that nurses eat their young, because in a new environment, the new ones are faced with much trials. But then I just toughen myself up. I said to myself, I'm here to work, not because of them. That's all. You just have to be tough inside. Yeah.
And here's the fourth question. Has your life changed for the better in comparison to how it was before?
Yes, of course, it changed for the better naman. As with many success stories of our family na they had migrated before also. Thankfully, God has blessed me naman na after the migration, diba? I got married, I had a family, and then I don't have to work so hard anymore. I work because I want to have some things to do, but not because I want to earn a living. So it's very much improved kasi that experience I had abroad was another stepping stone for me to be considered in my teaching career now. It helped me build my experience aside from the education that I have gotten finished. Ayun. So it's for the
Last
better.
question. What advice would you give to someone who is planning to relocate or migrate?
Okay. If ever, for example, you will plan to relocate, I know you like to relocate in Japan. For you to become more adjusted when you go there, even before you go to Japan, while you're still here in the Philippines, number one, you learn the language basics so you can communicate because not everybody speaks English. Number two, you have to accept that you might feel homesick. Yes, because of course you have feelings, you have family that you will be leaving. Next, when you go there, you have to create a comforting space. Whatever place you would be staying on that specific country, since that would be your home, you nurture it, you make it a place of peace and comfort. And then on days that you are not at work, you go out, you explore, you look at the different sides of that country, you talk to people, so you immerse yourself on the different world that you've been to. You eat local delicacies, try something new. Maybe you'd like an entirely new food that you haven't realized that you would be liking. You go out, you socialize because, syempre, it's for the betterment of your mental health. People will advise you, but be careful of advices, of course. That's why you have to think well. But sometimes you need to meet your neighbors because when you go abroad, usually you don't have anybody with you. So you have to rely on somebody else. Sometimes if they notice that you have an emergency, at least somebody will call the police or whatever. And then you adjust your routine, adjust the time, diba? Because it's a different setting. You set some goal. Would you like to stay on that country for the rest of your life, or do you want to achieve another milestone? Maybe you will just go to that country to get experience and then move to a better country. You have to know your goal before you go out. And then next, when you go there, whatever place that you will be going to, don't forget or don't neglect your friends and family back home. You take time to keep in touch with them, ask how they are. Okay, don't forget that when you go wherever, Rania. Okay, so those are my simple tips if you'd like to go to, aside from to another country, move there, live there, aside from doing your best when you get the job or your dream job. Okay, God bless you. Any more? Do you have a lot of questions?
No, no, that's all. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, bye.